In a few simple sentences, one may have heard the term contactor in the HVAC industry, or perhaps heard your technicians convey that the contactor needed to be changed, or they changed the contactor, etc. So in just a few sentences, one may wonder what a contactor is. So to define this in simple terms, in layman's terms, not in very abstruse technical arcane knowledge, basically a contactor is just to convey electricity from one area to another area. From this area here, high voltage, low voltage, so it goes from one place to another place. It's just in a path. So many, if not many heating and air conditioning systems have a contactor. Many are used on the outside when the condenser. So whether that be a gas furnace, heat pump, it's irrelevant. So you need to bring 240, 220 from one side to the next. So, but you don't need it to stay on all the time. So really, a contactor is, in simple terms, is, as the name bespeaks, a contact to allow something to make contacts. And once this is pushed in, this contact, this voltage here goes from here to here, and it makes contact. Once this is released, it stops. So basically, a contactor is nothing more than a point of contact to allow it to do it electronically versus doing it manually. Like if one would go to the light switch and flip the light switch on, that would be manually if you did it. So this uses low voltage to energize a coil, which pulls in the little thingummy here that seems like it may be spring loaded, and allows the electricity to jump from one area to the next. So if you hear the term contactor in heating and air conditioning, just think of it as, in a simple way, maybe just it's a point of contact to allow it to make a point of contact, and the low voltage pulls it in, so that basically once this is pulled in, you make connection from here to here, and you make contact from this point to this point, contact from this point to this point. Hence the name contactor. It makes contact. So if this were a light switch, we would have to go over here and flip a light. But this actually, when the thermostat calls and the calls for, say, cooling, hypothetically, it energizes this 24-volt coil, or plus or minus, and then it pulls this in. Once this is pulled in, now one caveat to do keep in mind: if this thing gets pulled in at all times, if you go out to your outside condenser unit, and the compressor and the fan is just incessantly running without stopping, eventually it could burn it up. So this could be a safety device too. But if these contacts are welded shut, this point and this point, meaning this is trapped in, and once the low voltage terminates, this still stays in. One needs to turn the electricity off to the system, whether that be quick disconnect or a breaker, and change the contactor. And one other tidbit of information: ants, for some reason, do like to perhaps congregate in these areas, and they can do something of that nature. So contact. Thank you for watching.